Decisions. We're here to help solve your dollar dilemmas. Wendy in Pennsylvania, what's your dollar D?
Hi, I was recently laid off, and I still have my 401k through my company. I'm going to be receiving a company match in September. My question is should I go ahead and transfer what I currently have in my 401k over to an IRA or wait until I receive the company match?
Okay, so Wendy, they're going to match you in September even though you're not still employed there.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, but Doug, don't you have to be contributing to get the match?
Usually, some plans do have an automatic match or a certain percentage of your income, but if she left her job or laid off, your 401k still at your old employer?
Yes, it's the match for 2008.
Okay, so you want to wait till you get that into your account, but as soon as you do and there's no more contributions going there, then you absolutely want to get that into your own IRA where you can control the investment options. The investment options are much wider. You can mimic what you have in that 401k, but you can open yourself up to a lot more options doing it yourself, and you keep that cost very low. And anytime you are no longer working at a firm, I'm a big fan of getting that money out of that firm so you don't have any issues. This way you can control it.
But also, too, Wendy, to the point of that you can continue to contribute to this IRA, so you can dollar cost average. That's another advantage there. But, Joe, don't you have some tax implications, though? Just understand, Wendy, that there is a little cost to doing that.
Yeah, I would transfer to a Roth IRA first. And second, just realize the costs internally that you might save could be as much as 1% a year if you were in a Roth using low-cost mutual funds, because the internal costs of the funds at your 401k are probably quite a lot higher than your alternative. So if your match is 1%, it might not be a big incentive to wait.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us don't realize that what your employer gives you in terms of benefits, that you do pay fees to your employers on that. Thank you so much, Wendy. Akil in Virginia. Akil, what's your dollar dilemma?
Hi, Carmen. Thanks for helping us young professionals plan for a better financial future.
You're welcome.
I have a great financial history. However, I'm on an H-1B visa, and I've never missed a payment in my life. But I need to refinance, and my lender is not helping me do that.
Okay, Akil, how are you in terms of refinancing? Do you have equity in your home?
No, that's the biggest problem. The loan-to-value ratio is really, really low.
Okay, how underwater are you, Akil? How much more do you owe than the home's worth?
So I bought the place at $390,000, and the current assessment, the tax assessment, came at $302,000.
Okay, so you're a little bit, though, but Joe, manageable.
Yeah, and I don't know the whole immigration status question. I came here originally in a green card before becoming a citizen, and so I'm not sure what the implications are there. Tax-wise, you're taxed just as if you are a U.S. citizen anyway. So
getting the loans are harder. That's what it is.
True, right? Because of course, since you're not your basis isn't here. But Doug, you know, Akil, he's underwater, so right now the lenders are not going to work with him to refinance.
No, it's hard enough as it is in that situation where you're that far underwater. The only hope you might have is if, as a percentage of your income, your mortgage payment could be recast to a certain percentage of your income and stretch out how long you owe. But short of that, no one's really going to be working with you when you're that far underwater, and that's the problem.
Well, Akil, my other question to you is: are you having trouble making your mortgage payments?
No, I've never missed a payment.
Okay, see, that's the thing, is that if you were having trouble, and I know this sounds crazy, but if you're having trouble making those mortgage payments because you lost your job or such, through, you know, the new Housing Act that came out of D.C., you can go to financialstability.gov, and you can see there if you qualify for any of the government programs, Akil, because right now, since you're underwater, there isn't going to be help for you to refinance and lock in a low rate. But the good news is, if you have an arm rates are still a little low right now, so you're protected for a little bit longer. Thank you so much, Akil. Javier in New York sent us a text message, and here's what he had to say. I have a 3-year CD that matures next February. What is the best way to use this money without taking a high risk? Javier, I wish we had you on the phone because we got questions, Doug.
Right. The first question I would have is, what is this money going to be used for? If it was in a 3-year CD, I can only assume that you want to keep it in something totally safe. And when you're limiting yourself to keeping it in something totally safe, basically CDs are the only option you have. Any type of fixed income or bond that might give you a higher yield is going to have volatility. Now, if it's just in a CD because you don't know what to do with it, but it's money you don't need for 20 years, I would ask you, why is it in a CD in the first place? But it really is an important consideration, is what is this money needed for? Is it part of your cash reserve, and then you're kind of stuck in short-term cash?
Yeah, Joe, I mean, you say if he can take on a little bit of risk, he can get a little higher return.
Yeah, you can buy a corporate bond, high-quality, short-term corporate bond, which means that the underlying investments are in bonds that are 1 to 3 years out, get a little bit more yield. I mean, you can increase your rate of return by 2 or 3% a year, which is not a small amount. If your CDs only got a 1 or 2%, you can get to 4 or 5%. It's a nice difference.
And if you're willing to risk a little bit of that money. Now, also, money markets and high yield savings accounts do offer some pretty good returns, but keeps your money liquid. CDs are about 1% higher now. So thank you so much for writing, Javier. Rislin posted a question on our Facebook page. Here's what she's asking. I have several DRIP accounts. If I convert them to an IRA, should I go traditional or Roth? Well, I tell you, we are unanimous on the Roth front, my friend Rislin. But here's the question, Doug. DRIPs, you can't convert.
Yeah, when I think of a DRIP, which is a dividend reinvestment program, it's typically a stock that you hold directly at the firm, like IBM or GE, and you have the dividends reinvesting. But it's held that stock is held in your name in an account. You can't really convert that. It's not in a retirement account. No. If you're talking about taking those shares and putting them into an IRA, then the Roth is the way to go, because nothing beats tax-free compounding down the road. Tax rates will probably be higher. You can take that money out tax-free if you leave it in long enough. The Roth, when you do the math between the two, traditional versus Roth, Roth does win every time.
So she can make contributions to her Roth with the stock. So it depends on how much is there, but she can contribute every year to the Roth with that stock and keep doing what she's doing inside of the Roth.
Yeah, when it comes to conversions, you can only do conversions within a category like IRAs, converting from one to another. Thank you so much, Rislin. If you got a dollar dilemma you just can't crack, tell us about it through Facebook. Join our official fan page. Just head to otm.cnbc.com to sign up. I can't wait to hear from you.
An on-the-money tip to stretch your dollar. Comparison shop for tickets to watch your favorite sports team at SeatHound.com.